Welcome. I'm glad you're here. I'm thankful to share this space with you. Since you're here, let's get this work. My name is Gann, educator by occupation, father by choice, black on purpose, and a man through my actions. I'm here to share how I use poetry, meditation, and hard work to channel my aggression into the actions that help build my dreams. Now, all my dreams aren't big. Some of them are simple, like making it through the day without flipping out or being so scared that I won't have enough money or food to feed myself or my family, but I let that fear manifest into anger. I choose to seek knowledge because I won't let self-destruction be my downfall. I know for certain that the rage I feel at times is just as much of a strength as it is a problem. I know that if I don't have an outlet for my feelings and thoughts, that I will explode. It's guaranteed. And more times than not, that explosion hurts the people that I love, whether it's directly or indirectly. I want to start off by telling you a little bit about myself and then sharing how and why I began writing, and end by sharing the first piece I ever wrote. I was born in Los Angeles, California. I'm the second of 6 children. I have 5 sisters and a cousin that lived with me like a brother. We moved to Nashville for the first time when I was in 2nd or 3rd grade and moved between Nashville and LA maybe 4 or 5 times, if not more, by the time I was in 7th grade. By that time, I was always mad or angry about something. The first time I fought my father, I was in 5th grade. He was drunk or high and was pissed at my mom because she was asking where he spent the grocery money. My dad had this nasty habit of spending his whole paycheck on his addictions and expecting my mother to figure it out and, as he put it, stay in her place. I spent most of my childhood, teenage years, and early 20s angry at my father for being an addict, angry at my mother for loving him, and pissed at the world because I was poor and black. And what's worse, I lived in the South, so my skin color wasn't even dark enough to be accepted by the have-nots. Talk about angry, all I felt was rage. It never felt like what I said mattered. And the truth is, in my pain, I began to learn self-destructive behavior. Throughout the years, the only thing that ever subsided my anger was music. I could find myself in a song, channeling my feelings through the lyrics and finding peace in someone else's story, just knowing that someone else went through something similar. At some point, I started rapping, freestyling over beats in my room or rapping over beats that my friends were making. Finding love in the cipher, I was never the best at it, but every time I spit, I put my whole heart into it and left my soul on the beat. I would rap until I was sweaty and drained, and when I couldn't find people to rap with, I would rap alone in my room or wherever I could find peace at. While the music helped me find that peace, it didn't keep me out of trouble. At times, it seemed like I was doing whatever I could to tear apart whatever happy feeling I was having, in fear that that happiness was not something I could hold on to. It felt like everything I was being told was a contradiction. People were telling me what I should do or how I should do it and what was right and what was wrong. And it felt like what I thought and what I wanted didn't matter. One day, while sitting in detention for missing too many days of school and who knows what else, I decided to just write and ended up writing my first poem. It's called My Voice. Do you hear me speaking? Or am I a voiceless mute? Do my sentences contain words or phrases that keep you all confused? No. I don't think that's the problem at all. I think you're scared to listen. Scared to hear the truth. Because you don't want to be a victim. Your whole life has passed you by. And now one thing has changed. You've let your voice be silent because you're too afraid. For me, I have no fear because my voice, it just won't let me. I say what you need to hear for you never to forget me. Now don't get me wrong. My voice isn't pushy or boastful. It's deep, sometimes monotone, but it always stays hopeful. Because see, I have this faith, and it leads me to believe that the Lord has a plan, and he keeps us in the dirt so we can grow like seeds. And while the rest of the world is burning in hell, searching for possessions, we're growing in their ashes, the blessed secondary succession. But I have a confession. In my voice, there is power indefinitely, because I hear your whispered prayers at night, and they keep blessing me, receiving strength from your desires and your wants to live a better way, a better life, through your sacrifices for your kids. Without your voice, my voice wouldn't even exist. I wouldn't die for no country, but I'd live for the people in it. When I started writing the poem, truth of the matter is, I just wrote down exactly what I felt and what I wanted to say. It started by talking to pretty much every adult or every person I had encountered that just knew they were right, but hadn't really put in the work to change the system around me. As I got towards the end, I just kept saying my mother, and part of those words felt like I was attacking her. And, I told you, I was angry at her for loving this broken man, and I never understood, or I used to not understand, how she could love somebody that hurt her so much, and cause so much pain around us. But as I was writing it, I got to this place where, regardless of what choices have been made, underneath those choices, there was this deep love for me, for my sisters, for my family. And my anger prevented me from accepting that and learning from it and appreciating it. I sat there, I wrote that poem, and I just remember looking at it when I was done. In that time in detention, I think I was supposed to be there on a Saturday for like 4 hours. And I looked up, when it was time to go. And I remember going home, putting that poem in my bag, and then sharing it with friends and sharing it with my mother, and, talking about what it meant. And it was one of the first times I was ever completely honest with myself about how I felt, or with other people about what I thought, without flying off the handle or cursing or fighting or just losing myself in the rage. That poem, it doesn't match any particular style or some rules that some writer has to have. It was just me, a page, and a pen. And so I share with you that on my journey through self-discovery and trying to find ways to live in peace because I want to, writing poetry was the first way I learned to express how I truly felt. And I hope we're able to find the same thing. Again, my name is Elijah Gann, and I'm here with you to share how I use poetry, meditation, and hard work to manage my aggression. I hope you find some peace. Peace.